Te face pe tipo historic.
So that was the year that Amtrak took over, and that's the national
Amtrak.
government. And in 2008, this building was ready to open as a museum, and it burned down.
Oh. We was stop on this store.
It's coffee effect. Which I
So we
think.
take coffee and now we are going little to hillside.
Yes, for a little walk.
Mm-hmm.
And then again find
We'll stop
and then again find store for pee.
Mm-hmm.
Because coffee effect like that. And such city like a historical more city, I think. That's why. Te face pe tipo historic. It's a train. Something. Maybe it's also like museum of train. Cool. Oh.
So we are going to watch one museum, train museum. So we decided to stop here for little watch.
Yes. And here is a really cold wind have.
Really cold weather.
What you thinking, guys? If it's +3 only, +3, it's like that. Can be rude.
It's beautiful weather for walk.
So in 1971, that was the last passenger train. This used to be a very busy passenger route from between San Francisco and Los Angeles.
Okay, so
But in 1971, all of the freight companies that ran passenger trains, they were losing money. Everybody was flying, everybody was taking freeways, right? And so that was the year that Amtrak took over, and that's the national
Amtrak.
government passenger railway operation. So the depot kind of lost its reason for being, and it fell into disuse. This is the way it used to look like back in its heyday, and this is the way it became, okay? And so in the early 2000s, a group of townspeople, volunteers, got together, including the mayor, and a few other people got together, and they decided to approach Union Pacific to purchase the building from them, and then with volunteer labor just to fix it up, restore it, turn it into
So this
a
is the
museum,
same place, this
which
one.
they did.
Uh-huh.
And in 2008, this building was ready to open as a museum, and it burned down. Because two guys shooting off firecrackers in the building, and at 1 o'clock in the morning.
That's crazy, huh?
Yeah, it was. And this is all that was left of it. So the whole thing, the historic building, was destroyed, but all of the artifacts and the stuff we have in here, they were stored elsewhere. So I hear this was the station attendant. He ran the depot. Here's a train.
So back of the day, they was like operating from here.
You want to see a train going by?
Yes.
Or not. This depicts the early 1900s.
1920.
He was an important figure in town because, you know, the only way in and out of town, the only way to ship goods in and out of town was...
So this one is the older picture of...
that's a recreation.
Oh, recreation.
So yeah, this was taken here, and this is what a guy would look like.
Okay.
That's
not the original.
No, it's not. This is all recreated to depict what it would have looked like.
Telephones like old one. Old set.
And the only thing that's authentic to this place is the estate. That was the estate property.
And this one.
Yeah, and that's kind of a crazy fine there. And of course the old...
okay, yeah. It's interesting to watch. Yeah.
And these are typical of coal-burning stoves that would have been used in passenger cars or at the caboose, or maybe even a station like this. And this is the freight room. This is where most of our artifacts are. And so this was used to store freight that would be shipped out by rail car. And farmers would bring their produce in. This is a picture here of
Fake apples.
yeah, if you look at a couple of them, there are teeth marks in them. Some kid thinking it was a real apple took a bite out of it. So anyway,
Yes, look real.
they would bring their produce in. This used to be a scale here, but since burned with the fire. So it would be weighed there, and then because they charge by the pound, and then they would ship it out to waiting free cars. So they did a lot of shipment of whatever down the tracks. There was a cattle pen because they would ship cattle. You know, this was at the time the big industry was probably ranching and agriculture. So that would be the majority of stuff. Just passing.
Such old,
Old style.
like in the movies.
This is a bell.
Bell for.
Steam locomotive. And kids love that. Kids love the rain. This is kind of interesting here to me, is this example here. This is a section of rail, and it was a diesel electric locomotive. There was a locomotive behind the one the engineer was in, and the engineer was unaware that one of the drive wheels had lost traction, and in 30 seconds it melted the rail.
Oh.
So, and this is what can happen.
Oh, when it was like really hot and
It just
friction.
got so hard from the friction, it just melted the rail.
Oh.
And of course, that brought all operations to a standstill,
that's
because the only thing they could do is jack up the locomotive, cut this away, and
put
weld
new
a
one.
new section in place. So
He
all of these
gifted.
are commemorative ties from different British railroads,
Oh.
and he gave them to us. So,
Interesting, huh?
yeah.
1983.
I don't know how old they are, but really nice ties.
So this is museum inside. He explained a lot, but most of time we not understand because of fast he talked. And he told that one child come here, he bite it.
Yes, it was cute story. Here is really interesting, like items from his story. Look at this train. It's a beautiful one. It's big.
Southern California.
Look at this model.
Passenger train was. So we was come here for snow, but snow was not a lot.
Lake was closed.
Lake
And
closed
one of more museum, like avia museum with planes, also was closed. But we found other. It's train.
we found train museum.
Yes, and it was really interesting.
It's most looks like a European style.
So finally, I wear my sweater and hat because was go outside of car and found out that it's kind of cold. Was not really wanted to go with. Just wanted to go first in sweater, but then understand no, I better take also jacket. So snow is not really here much. Lake which we wanted to visit, it was also closed. 2 roads. What more? That this plane museum, which is that avia museum, was also closed. Today it's Monday. So, but we was found other museum with history. It was really interesting with old items. It was train museum, and it was wonderful. Yes. It was a good experience, like first museum in America which we visit together this year.
was good time.
It was pleasure time. Because together. So right now we stop on the parking near store just for warm up our food. Yes, I also wondering that such is. You just can stop, not only free coffee drink, but also can just warm up food. For me it's a different world, seriously. Special microwave where you can just warm up. Here we can also take just for free spoons or forked plastic for eat. Look, it's cool, huh?
So we are stopped for eating. We are hungry and
angry.
Homemade rice.
Indian rice.
Indian style with tadka. And now we are going to home. Bye bye.
Bye.
Hope you guys like this vlog today.
And I really hope that you had fun, same with us.
Please subscribe our channel, like this video.
Comment our video and share it with your friends.
We will meet you next video. Till then, bye bye.
And have a good day and night.
Thanks for watching.
Bye bye.